everyone, and welcome to Club 3, episode 14 of Rolling in the Isles, an FM20 British Isles Journeyman series with me, the United City FM. Welcome along, it's great to have you with me. So, form continues to be pretty decent since the game that we played in our 13th episode. Go check that out if you didn't. The number 13 played a big part in it, even more than I actually spotted it in bits. There were a couple of little things in there that even I didn't spot. But Swansea beat us 3-1. In that particular episode. Very, very bizarre episode. We had a couple of draws against West Brom and Millwall, which isn't terrible. There's some really tricky teams in this championship. So a couple of draws, which was good. Then we've gone back on a bit of a winning streak. Birmingham, MK Dons and Rotherham all fell to us, which is really good. No goals conceded, a couple of goals in most of those games. So really encouraging. So in terms of what that's meant for us in the league situation, we currently find ourselves in 6th, which is brilliant, but we have got a game in hand. And if we win today against arch rivals Forest, then it will jump us up a couple of places. So that would be really good. Forest currently sit down in 16th. So they're obviously around about where they were last season. And we've done a bit of a jump up from where we were last season. So I'm hoping that even though form goes out the window on a derby match really like this, I'm hoping that we can show quality and really put them to the sword in this particular match. But it's going to be tricky. It always is. We'll have to wait and see. In terms of the player contributions, you can see that the one disappointing thing for me so far this season is lots of people are contributing, and Roberto more than everybody else. But he's our top goal scorer. And I would have hoped that John Clark or Ida by now would have got, at least 8 themselves. And they haven't been. And it's been a little bit disappointing. So I still haven't quite found the way in which in this tactic we get the best out of them. They're both attacking forwards mostly. I'm going to play about with their role a little bit to see if we can get them involved more and get them in the opportunities more. I think actually Clark is a poacher more often than not. But you can see that Ida here has got pretty good options in terms of what he can play. So today we're going to switch him into the support complete forward role and drop him back slightly just to see if he gets involved in play more and therefore brings more people in and maybe gets opportunities himself for it. So if it doesn't work, we'll switch it back. But I just want to find a way to get these guys scoring more regularly. See, he's got 4 in 10, Ida has, and Clark has got 2 in 7. So they haven't really found their scoring boots this season so far, and that needs to change. So hopefully they can start that process today with Ida being our attacking forward, or our complete forward, should I say now. Couple of other injury issues. We've got Sibley just coming back from a bit of a knock. It wasn't a bad one, but he's just out for today. And also, unfortunately, the player that normally plays in that position other than Sibley is Crowley, and he's now out for a few days as well. So both of them are out at the same time. Paddy McNair is beginning the long process of coming back from his 6-month layoff, which is positive. So in terms of what we've done in our team for today, we brought Stretton in that central midfield role, and we pushed Roberto higher up the pitch to see if he can have an even bigger impact from that position than he normally does in the central midfield role. And we've brought Jason Knight onto the bench. And that's, those are the main changes that we've made. So the team is Bazunu in goal, Colin at right back, Target at left back, Story and Harwood Bellis in central defence, Joku, Stretton and Roberto in central midfield, with McCowan on the right, Loku Doku on the left, and Ida up top, with a bench of Burns, Cooper, May, Knight, Murphy, Murray and Clark. So let's get into today's game and see what happens. So I've gone with favourites today. Go out there and do this for the fans, just to see if, that's the whole point of a derby, isn't it? To get one over on the opposition for the fans, really. So have to bring them into the pre-game conversation. And we did. Didn't get too much of a response, but that's okay as long as we come out and we play well. And early doors, we get a first opportunity to see if we can get an early goal and put this game really out of reach early, but it didn't quite happen, and they get a very good easy clearance. Really, we weren't really putting that in the danger zone for where our striker was, and maybe that's just a little bit of where we've changed the striker role and they haven't quite got used to it, maybe. But Target, very, very good on winning that ball back, using his strength out that far side in the left full back position. and wins back the ball, and Bazunu calms down the play, goes into the wide left area for Loku Doku, who picks it up nicely. He's been playing much better in the last game or so, got a couple of goals and looking much better since that early part of the season where, whoa, there we go, and Ida gets a goal that I was looking for from him. But Loku Doku, yeah, getting much better after that early season where he was just injury prone a lot and picking up lots of knocks. But he's played the last couple of games and is looking more like what I thought he would do. Great ball over to McCowan, left-footed, right onto the header of Ida, who just moved in front of his defender, and he cushions that header very nicely. And Ida looks to be overtaking Clark in the pecking order for our striking position. Clark came in last season and did a great job for us in that second half of the season, if you remember. But Ida has come in, and whilst none of them have been doing brilliantly, it's certainly Ida that's been doing better. So we'll see whether that continues through the season. Clark will still get his chances. Good clearance there. Very good defensively. It's one of the things that, again, we're finding this season is defensively we're doing pretty well. McCowan, slightly selfishly, right the way outside that 6-yard box down the right-hand side, takes a shot where probably should have cut it in. But even so, it's very positive stuff, isn't it? We're doing very well so far, and you can see that we're dominating the match stats mostly as well. A little bit less in possession, but that's okay. It's what you do with it that counts, and we're doing a lot with it so far, which I'm very happy about. So we're going to suggest that to them. Passionately, we'll go in and we'll say, I'm very happy, keep it up. And we'll just send them straight back out again to continue doing the same sort of thing, hopefully. I'm sure Forest will want to have a say in it, but you know, and that was a decent effort for them, but Bazunu very calmly plucks it out of the air and holds on to it very nicely. Can his distribution be good? He's waiting for our side to set, and he does, and what a ball that is, straight through to Loku Doku, who gets a left-footed shot away, but it's a little bit tame. Possibly should have gone near post, I don't know, but didn't quite manage it on that occasion. Again, Bazunu coming out and claiming the ball and commanding the area, which is really positive to see. And he's been a very good find for us in terms of our goalkeeping option. And distribution that time went for a similar ball for Loku Doku, that sort of area, but didn't quite make it on that occasion. And Forest win the ball back, and they get to restart their own attack right the way from the back. Go very long. Can we win it? We can, and there's a brilliant header from Harwood Bellis, and Loku Doku picks it up again and runs right the way through. And that's what he's been doing in the last game or so. And what a celebration that was. You can see that what we've done is we've dropped Ida slightly deeper, it feels like, in the complete role, and it's meant that Loku Doku has been able to find that space round him in a slightly more central area than the wide left, and he's been playing a little bit recently. So he's been looking much better. I'm really pleased by that. And we are doing what I hoped we would do. 2-0 up, looking fairly comfortable. We've got to see the game out. Absolutely we have. Forest won't want to just give up without a fight. So we're going to go in the shouts and we're going to praise them for where they're at and see if we can get some good motivation and confidence from them. And then we're going to hope that on this occasion we can clear this ball. And we do, again, very nicely up to Ida, who skips past one challenge. Gets into the penalty box, has a decent shot. The goalkeeper can't stop it. And we're 3-0 up. And this is just as good as I could hope it would be, really. What a brilliant performance this has been. Defensively is where it's all built from this season. We're getting some good offensive play and some good strikes at goal. But that defensive unit is proving really good at this level, which is really encouraging to see. I'm very positive about that. And you can see that we continue to rule this game. So we're going to go in and just check on the fitness of players. Got a couple of slightly lower ratings here. Roberto hasn't enjoyed moving into that role, has he? So what we're going to do is we're actually going to take him off at this point and bring Knight into that role, who's basically normally the third choice in that particular position. But Stretton will come out, and Adam May will go in and play in that central midfield role. And then we're looking for one other maybe. I mean, there's some brilliant ratings here. Ida's on a hat-trick. Loku Doku's doing pretty well. I think we're going to take McCowan off just get his conditioning, make sure that that's okay, and give Murphy a run around, who's done very well for us when he's played so far this season, really. Both Murphy and Murray are wide options out there. A couple of youngsters have looked pretty decent when they've played, so they're always a good option to bring on. And we're going to see this game out very, very comfortably. And we get a 3-0 win, 2 from Ida, which I was desperate for him to do. 1 from Loku Doku, who continues to be in much better form than he was. And generally at the back, we were very, very good. I'm extremely happy with that result. So we'll come out and we'll check out what that's done to the league. And what it's done is put us up into 3rd place, which is great. A couple of points behind Huddersfield in 2nd. A few more behind Southampton, who are looking pretty decent this season, it must be said. They're obviously one of the big boys in this division, having come down from the Premier League. And yeah, they're looking to get back in there, obviously. But we're doing exactly what I wanted us to do. We're sitting in those playoff positions. We're putting pressure on the teams above us. We're getting a little bit of a gap between us and those outside of the playoffs, but not quite enough yet after 18 games. But things are going very, very well. And we continue to improve all the time. And Ida, as I was saying before the game, we need our strikers to show up. And on that day, he did. And that's really, for the next few games, cemented that position for him to keep a run of form going. And what have we got coming up in that run of games for him to see if we can get more goals? Look at this good run of form we're on. It's great. So we now go to Fulham, Bolton, Blackpool, Wigan, Portsmouth. There's some big games coming up. The next one that we're going to play is we're going to play Wigan. And then we're going to play Swansea in the following episode, just to finish off the calendar year before we go into the January transfer window. So those are the next 2 episodes coming up. Next one will be Wigan, and we'll go and check where they are in the league. They're sitting in the relegation area, so there's a good opportunity for us to pick up some points against Wigan. But in between time, a couple of tough games: Fulham, Bolton, Blackpool, all going to be tricky because most of the teams in this division are. But yeah, that's where we're heading in the next couple of episodes. I hope you'll join me for them. This has been absolutely immense, and I'm just so pleased with how all of our team is set up currently. And we got rotation in there a little bit and still managed to win, which is really good. So, yeah, great. These are the episodes you love, really, isn't it? Join me for Relegation Rescue later in the week to find out the ones that you don't want to be part of. I'm sure that will be the case. That's a real tough series. But just at the moment, we're on a real crest of a wave with Derby, and it's going very, very well. So I'll take it while it's here. Thanks for joining me. Hope you're enjoying the series. If you are, subscribe to the channel. Keep up to date with all the videos that I put out. If you like this particular episode, and I loved this particular episode, then click that like button for me. Helps me get seen by lots of other people. If you're playing Football Manager yourself, let me know how your save is going in the comments below. Always interested to hear what you're up to. But until next time, take care of yourselves. I'll see you very, very soon. Bye for now.